Hi, I'm Don McInnes. This year, there have been 3 separate incidents involving employees falling from flat cars. One resulted in a very serious injury. The potential for tragedy with each occurrence of this type is alarming. I am concerned that we are not totally aware of the hazards involved and the rules covering the handling of flat cars. The following program outlines these hazards and the related rules. Please pay close attention and apply the lessons learned to your situation. You must be aware of your limitations and use good judgment when riding flat cars. Job briefings should always make crew members aware of who is riding equipment and where. No movements should be made until all crew members are assured the move can be completed safely. Thank you and have a safe day.
Santa Fe has become the national leader in intermodal transportation. In fact, we haul nearly 50% of all intermodal traffic in the country. This business accounts for over 40% of our revenues and is expected to increase 10 to 12% annually over the next 5 years. As welcomed as this trend is, it has brought an increased use of flat cars and new challenges concerning employee safety when it is necessary to ride that type of equipment.
We picked up one track, approximately 1,500 feet of bare tables, doubled it over to another track containing 3,000 feet of bare tables in 2 sections. When I picked up the first section of bare tables, the cars that we had a hold of, 1,500 feet, had air in them and were charged. I'd made the joint, made the air hose, gave the engineer's signal to pull them ahead. The car's brakes released with the air flowing through them, but did not have sufficient time to charge. As we pulled forward, I had them pull me up to the spot line, approximately 1,800 feet, and I gave the engineer's signal to stop, that'll do, and to back up. At that point, the slack in the cars ran in and threw me, the cars, to the cement of the ramp.
That employee was lucky and narrowly missed a life-threatening injury. To meet the challenges of increased flat car use, Santa Fe is introducing a revised safety rule on riding cars. Some of the highlights of the rule are: do not ride any cars unnecessarily. If you must ride, choose a non-flat if possible. If a flat car is your only option, then ride on the deck of an empty. If an empty is not available, then ride a car with appropriate handholds. If such a car is not available, then walk. Always take the safe course. Empower yourself. In this program, we'll discuss how the revised rule affects the riding of flat cars. Often, it's not necessary to ride equipment in order to perform your job. A job briefing will help you plan your work accordingly. When short distances are involved, don't ride, walk. When long distances are involved, seek alternate transportation from a supervisor or a fellow employee. When conditions warrant riding and alternate equipment is available, always use cars other than flat cars. Use the 3-point method when climbing on or off any car. And remember, never ride a car into a coupling. Be sure other crew members understand that you will be riding. Of course, non-flat equipment is not always available. Conditions may require you to be ahead of the movement to comply with General Code Rule 6.5, handling cars ahead of engine. So when riding a flat car is necessary, your first choice should be an empty, such as a bare table or a flat car with only one trailer on it. All crew members must be notified that it is your intention to mount and ride the car. The movement must be completely stopped and time allowed for slack to adjust. You may then mount the car using the three-point method. A bridge plate or other movable items may not be used as a handhold. Position yourself as near as possible to the center of the empty deck in a kneeling or sitting position and facing the direction of movement. Once in a secure position, you may instruct the engineer to move. When the movement has completely stopped and the slack is adjusted, you must notify the engineer you're getting off the equipment. Remember, never ride a car into a coupling. Empty spine cars and double-stack wells should not be considered when riding the deck of an empty flat car. When empty flats are unavailable, you may ride the side of a flat car equipped with handholds extending at least 18 inches above the deck of the car, and the handhold and stirrup will allow for erect and normal body position. Be sure to inspect the stirrup and handholds to be certain that they are in a safe and secure condition. A bridge plate handhold or container pedestal are not secure and must not be used. Even when a flat car has the appropriate handholds and stirrups, it might not allow you to assume an erect and normal body position because of your size or other conditions. If this is true, then do not ride the side of the car. At times when a car meets the safety criteria and you can assume an erect and normal body position on the side of the car, consider other variables before riding the car. A condition to be alert for, particularly at intermodal facilities, is close clearances. If a close clearance condition exists, stop the movement and walk the cut in. You may not ride the sides of cars with handholds lower than 18 inches off the base of the deck, cars with side-mounted handholds, and cars that will not allow an erect and normal body position while riding. Look for the types of flat cars you may ride. Cars with handholds at least 18 inches off the base of the deck, cars with ladders extending up off the side of the car, and cars with 2 vertical handholds. Let's review. Do not ride any cars unnecessarily. If you must ride, choose a non-flat if possible. If a flat car is your only option, then ride on the deck of an empty. If an empty is not available, then ride a car with appropriate handholds. If such a car is not available, then walk. Always take the safe course. Empower yourself.
Hi, I'm Dave Dealey. You have the right and the obligation to work safely. Empower yourself. Exercise your right. Use good judgment. Take the time necessary to do the job safely, and I will back your decision. Thank you.
The yard can be a confusing place. At any time, trains may be arriving and leaving. Since you can't always be aware of all the activity throughout the yard, the only way to get things done safely is to follow the established safety procedures. Rules and procedures are a way of bringing order to the yard and of helping you do your job. But of all the rules you need to remember, one must be at the top of the list. Safety is the first priority on Conrail. It's safety first on flat cars. Safety first when riding equipment. Safety first when getting on or off equipment. Safety first, last, and always. Because if you don't place safety first, you may not get a second chance. The railroad business is evolving. One way Conrail is increasing its share of this business is by offering a more flexible delivery system. The key to this flexible system is the flat car. Flat cars come in a wide variety of shapes and sizes. This makes them capable of carrying many different kinds of loads. Flat cars carry highway trailers, intermodal containers, automobiles and trucks, military vehicles, lumber loads, various types of municipal waste, million-dollar loads, and yes, even other rail vehicles. Because the loads are different, the designs of the cars themselves are different. But even though the differences between individual types of flat cars are many, the rules for safely mounting, dismounting, riding, and crossing over are the same. Since your daily activity may involve working with these flat cars, you need to understand how safety procedures apply to flat cars of all varieties. So whether you're just getting started or you've got years of service, watch the following procedures closely. These procedures are designed to make your job as safe as possible. As you examine the many types of flat cars in a typical yard, you'll notice a variety of stirrups and handholds on these cars. Some of these safety appliances are placed on the car to help you do your job safely. But others are designed for the use of employees who load and unload cars and are not designed to be used by transportation employees. In fact, some transportation employees have been seriously injured because they failed to use the equipment properly. To help you avoid injury, let's review some basic safety procedures. First, the only reasons any transportation employee should ever mount a car are to ride, cross over, or to set or release the handbrake. If you aren't doing one of these tasks, you shouldn't be on the car. Second, there's only one condition under which a flat car should be mounted or dismounted: when it's completely stopped. Never, under any conditions, attempt to mount or dismount any moving flat car. Third, only mount a car that has the proper safety appliances. If stirrups and handholds on a car don't allow you to ride with normal body position, don't ride it. Find a safe car to ride. If a car isn't equipped with a crossover platform and handrail, don't use that car to cross over. Look for a car that allows you to cross over safely, even if that means walking completely around the train. Let's look at how you can identify which safety appliances are appropriate for different purposes. Conrail safety procedures state that whenever you mount, dismount, ride, or cross over, you must always place your feet firmly and have a secure handhold. Another requirement is only use approved stirrups and handholds. This stirrup and handhold meet the requirements if you're mounting to set the handbrake. But these same appliances would be unsafe to use for riding. Why? Because the handhold is too low. It doesn't allow you to assume a normal body position when you're riding the car. For this reason, the safety procedures state that when riding a car, the handhold must be mounted above the deck of the car. Ride only cars with handholds mounted above the deck, high enough to permit normal body position. Safety procedures are easy to interpret when crossing over flat cars. The bulkhead flat car is one of the few flat cars that you can cross over safely. This is because it has crossover platforms and continuous crossover railings. The crossover platforms ensure a firm foothold as you make your way between cars. And the handrail allows you to hold on and maintain your balance all the way across. If there aren't any properly equipped freight cars available, you must walk around the train consist. Never attempt to cross over between bi- or tri-level auto carriers. Injuries have resulted when railroad employees have attempted to cross over this equipment when it moved unexpectedly. As you can see, these cars are not equipped with crossover platforms or continuous crossover handrails. If you need to get across the train, find a safer place to cross over. For the same reason, avoid the temptation to cross over depressed flat cars. The low level of the deck might make a crossover seem safe, but there are no approved safety appliances to use, and crossing over this car may result in injury. Let's look at how the safety procedures determine which flat cars you can ride safely. Only ride this flat car where the stirrup and handhold are located. The stirrup and handhold are mounted on the car for your safety. Notice the location of the handhold. It's mounted above the deck of the car. Remember, this is the only safe arrangement for a handhold if you intend to ride the car. It would be dangerous to ride the car holding the container pedestal or the bridge plate handhold. They are not safety appliances. Don't risk an injury by riding a flat car the wrong way. This tri-level is safe to ride. Why? Because it has a sill step and handholds or ladder treads, which are mounted above the level of the deck. But never ride this particular type of depressed flat car. Its handholds are mounted on the side sills, below the level of the deck. These handholds aren't designed to be used for riding the car. This flat car has been specially rebuilt to haul containers of municipal waste. The car has handholds above the deck for riding. Make sure you use these handholds and not the oversized container pedestals. These aren't safety appliances. Don't be lulled into using them as a handhold. This flat car has handholds above the level of the deck on both ends, but we recommend riding the B end. The higher handholds allow normal body position. This bulkhead flat car has the same type of handhold arrangement. Either end is good to ride because both allow normal body position. Finding the most comfortable riding position is important because a comfortable position allows you to maintain the same secure hold during the entire ride. An uncomfortable hold might require you to shift position during the ride. Shifting position while riding is something you should avoid. This flat car has handholds on the side sill below the level of the deck. For this reason, it is unsafe to ride. But a longer version of the same car is equipped with handholds above the deck. You can ride it safely. Similar flat cars sometimes have different safety appliance arrangements. Before riding any car, check to make sure it has the proper safety appliances. The center units of this 5-unit articulated double-stack car have crossover platforms on top of the articulated connections. These crossover platforms are designed to be used by groundmen during loading or unloading operations. You would have no handhold if you were standing on these platforms when the train moved. On this empty flat car, falling into the well could be deadly. The only personnel authorized to be on the middle unit of an articulated flat car are the groundmen who work with the packer operator loading and unloading containers. The platforms are designed for their use only. Transportation employees may only get on, off, cross over, or ride the side near the coupler end of these cars. This 5-unit articulated well-type double-stack flat car has center units that are inaccessible. Ride all double-stack cars only on the side of end units near the coupler. There is no reason to ride the car anywhere else. Another example of safety appliances not designed for transportation employees is the side ladder on this tank car. The side ladder is used by workers who load and unload the cars, and not by transportation employees. These recently designed flat cars are used to carry various types of municipal waste. Ride these cars using the better safety appliances on the handbrake end. This articulated flat car is made up of 4 cars connected by drawbars. Since it is made up of 4 single cars, only ride the side near the coupler ends. Let's test your judgment of car riding by asking some questions. Can you cross over safely between these cars? Yes, there is a crossover platform and a continuous handrail placed on the car for your safety. Which of these 2 cars would you choose if you were going to ride this train? The stirrup and handhold on the left are a better choice. They allow you to ride in a more normal body position. Now let's review some of the key points of the program. 1. Use only safety appliances that were designed for your use. These provide the only safe means of mounting, dismounting, riding, or crossing over the train. 2. Only ride cars with stirrups and handholds that allow you to assume a normal body position. 3. Only cross over between cars that have crossover platforms and a continuous crossover handrail. And 4. Ride only the side of the end units near the coupler on all types of articulated cars. Remember, regardless of what you do, you are responsible for your own safety. Never mount, dismount, ride, or cross over a car that doesn't have the safety appliances that allow you to work safely. If it's not safe, don't do it.